welcome to the first edition of Daily Drive. Actually, I'm cheating a little. Today isn't my daily drive. It's a Saturday. But I wanted to do an introductory video to kind of explain what I plan and what the goals of the channel are. So I thought, better do it on a Saturday rather than when I'm rushing to work. So I knew I wanted to do something on YouTube. Since my job is a game designer, I thought, well, I'll do a gaming channel. But that has a lot of problems. One is that there are a lot of gaming channels out there. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots. So do we really need another? And the other issue was that since I'm a designer, it's kind of a conflict of interest. I mean, I'm not allowed to have an opinion of the games from the company I work at. I'm not allowed to talk about what I'm working on. I'm not allowed to review the company's own games once they're released. So what's the point, really? I can talk about other games. I can talk about the industry itself. But, you know, like I said, there's lots of channels doing that already. So then what are some of my other interests, I thought? Well, cars. This is my weekend car. My daily is a 2017 Focus RS. And there's also a lot of channels doing that. Many channels doing car reviews and car vlogging. So it was all kind of frustrating. I wanted to be a part of the YouTube community, just really didn't know how. So there is a YouTuber that has a Focus RS called Fezza, F-E-Z-Z-A. And I just happened to mention him. It's like, oh, I really wanted to do YouTubing, but, you know, there's so many people doing it. And he's like, just go for it. Just do it. What the heck? And, you know, that's true. But I thought I'd try to do something a little different. So when I drive to work every day, it's about an hour drive. Give or take traffic, could be an hour and a half. Really bad days, it could be 2 hours. This is a really rough road. This is the roughest road on my commute. So it'd be interesting to see how the camera handles it. So, often in my head while I'm driving, I'm thinking about things to say, I'm thinking about things. I have an auto blog that, and I thought, you know, print is dead, basically. Ooh, here comes a Corvette. And people don't want to read, people want to watch. So I thought, you know, instead of coming up with ideas of things to write in my vlog, why don't I just vlog and just say it to the camera? Just, instead of thinking it in my head, say it out loud, put it on YouTube and be done with it. So I thought for this format, perhaps I won't be like, I'm a car guy and today we're putting these parts on the car and I'm going to review this car and blah, 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 blah. Instead, let's just talk about issues. Let's make it kind of a talk show while I'm driving. So each episode will have like a subject matter. Sometimes cars, sometimes games, maybe sometimes both. Maybe world events, maybe whatever is trending right now. Just spew my opinion because it feels good to get out of your head. got summer tires, so it takes a certain temperature before they start hooking up, and it ain't that temperature yet. So every day we'll just like, I'll pick a car and drive to work with it and talk about a topic. Usually by the time I'm done talking, we're probably about to work. I'll edit out the dead spots. And we'll have ourselves my daily drive to work. So let's start the introductory episode explaining who I am. So my name is Chad. I'm an American, and I'm living in Canada. Been living here since 2011. What brought me to Canada was a job. I was offered a job here in Toronto area, and I accepted. So what's it like being an American in Canada? It's interesting. I really didn't expect the experience I had. You think Canada, as an American who frankly never traveled a whole lot, you think of Canada as this place that's just, oh, it's just like the US, it's not that big a deal. But when I moved here, I was actually pretty shocked at how different it was. I really felt like, wow, I am an American and they are Canadian. And it wasn't even that big of a thing. I can't imagine the culture shock of going to somewhere like England or moving to Australia or something. I'm sure it's much greater. But, because we all speak the same language here, except for French. Some people speak French. But just a different kind of pace. In the States, especially in my industry, you do a lot of rushing, and everything's a hurry, 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 rush, 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 go, go, go. And when something needs done, you just do it, and you do whatever it takes, and you stay till 3 in the morning until it's done. It's just the lifestyle there for sure. And here's not really like that. There's a lot more we'll do it tomorrow than I'm used to. So at work, for instance, if something needs done, it's like, oh, let's get on this, let's get on this. Oh, that person's in a different meeting right now, and we'll work on it tomorrow. And I just wasn't used to that. I'm like, well, we go get him, we get this done, this has got to be finished. And it's just not the pace here. Which is, at first it's frustrating, but once you get used to it, it's actually realistic. I'll put it that way. It's realistic in that, what are we doing? We're making games. We're not saving lives. We're not actually creating productivity for the world. We're actually making video games for relaxation and recreation. So there's no reason to be hyper about it all the time. Certainly there are crunch moments. There are times when things need done. But you know, it's really an American thing to be like, go, 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 go. Constant, constant, constant. And that bleeds into everything here. Talking about just driving to work. And I'm sure we'll see examples of that in the videos. You'll see somebody stopped in traffic and telling the person trying to turn in, oh, go ahead, which is fine, okay, go ahead. And then the next person pulls up, oh, go ahead. And then the next person, and the next person, and the next person. And certainly, they're being convenient to these people, letting them in when there's heavy traffic, but they're being very inconvenient to those. It's not a four-way stop, dude. It's not a four-way stop. You have the right of way completely. So they're being very convenient to the people that are into traffic, but to the line of cars behind them, we're all sitting there going, let us go, we have the right of way. And where I come from, it's always a zipper thing. You let one person in front, the person behind you lets one person in front. Zipper, zipper, zipper. Not here. And especially downtown Toronto, it feels like it's either someone's nice and letting people in, or they're not at all. And I've seen some crazy things that you wouldn't expect from Canadians in downtown Toronto, which would also be cool to capture on this vlog. So one day, heavy traffic, and the bicyclists in Toronto, they don't follow any rules whatsoever. We'll see lots of examples of that. They don't give a crap about the law. And there was a guy on a bicycle riding in the middle of the road. I don't know if he was high or what was going on, but he was riding in the middle of the road, kind of just like, whatever. And this guy in a pickup truck kind of went around him. He started screaming at the guy at the pickup truck, like, you bastard, blah, blah, blah. And we came up to a stoplight, and it's like heavy, heavy downtown traffic. And the guy pulls out one of those U-shaped bike locks, you know, those kryptonite bike locks, and just smashes out the guy in the truck's taillight. The guy in the truck gets out, but what can you do? You can't do anything. Because the bicyclist squirrels through the cars in traffic and is gone. And the guy's just standing there going, what do I do? There's nothing you can do. You just got your freaking taillight smashed. And that was from a Canadian. So you just never really know what to expect, I guess. As far as the winters go, I lived in Wisconsin before, prior to here. So yeah, let's get to that. I grew up in Iowa, Midwest. At age 24 or whatever, 25, 24, I don't remember what it was. Maybe it was younger than that. I moved to LA. And lived in Los Angeles for 8 years. And that's where I started my career in gaming. Went out there to be an animator. Thank God that didn't work out, because traditional animation, as we know it, is mostly dead. Everything's CG now. So after living in LA for 8 years, I got offered a job in Wisconsin studio, so I went there. And then after that, ended up in Toronto. So that was about 8 years of Wisconsin. So I'm used to winters. It's not that big of a deal. But that's why I have the RS for winter car, because it's all-wheel drive and it's fun. Prior to that, I had a Hummer, which was ridiculous, costing me $520 a month in gas just to commute back and forth, which I was willing to accept, but I had dreams in my head that I would be taking this Hummer off-roading and kind of experience that type of the car culture, is like off-roading. I did none of that. I ended up doing nothing, because what happens in that is you break down a lot. And the Hummer was an old car. It was like 2007. And it was constantly asking for money. If it wasn't asking for money in gas, it was asking for money in repairs, and that was without doing off-roading. It was always like electrical issues or sensors or something to that effect. It was always asking for money, 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 money. On top of buying the car, I put an additional $6,000 into it, trying to just keep it happy and running. It had an exhaust leak, which was going to cost up to $3 grand. It had a need for new tires, which were big, huge Mudder tires, which were going to end up costing $2,000 at least. And a host of other like electrical things, not to mention future things I didn't know about. I had a leak in one of the hubs, so I cut it loose and I said, that's enough. I'm getting a Focus RS. They're hot right now. They're all-wheel drive, supposed to be great in the snow. So that's my daily. So let's talk about this car. This car is a 2014 GT500. Shelby Cobra. It's got so many labels. 662 horsepower out of a 5.8 liter supercharged engine, and this is all completely factory. I haven't done anything to it. I bought it from a car dealership in Nova Scotia, sight unseen online, and they shipped it here and picked up my trade, which was a 2007 Mustang GT. There's no stopping. You don't need to stop. It's a yield. I'm not really a Ford guy. I'm an all cars guy. I like anything. I like fast cars. I like fun cars. It just happens that Ford's really hot right now. After my Ford Mustang GT, I decided I wasn't going to do any more Fords. But I have a problem with one-upmanship. I hate when you buy a car and then the next year they come out with a better version of that car, and then you're sitting there like, what the hell? I just bought this and it's already like... So when I was looking for something, I thought, I'm going to get a Hellcat. And so I was looking for a Hellcat. All right, let's pause. So I'm not talking to myself. See, I'm not moving my lips. I'm doing a secret conversation with you right now. And since we're cruising around on my GT500, guess what I have to go get? Gas. Which is why this is just a sometimes fun car. Because damn, this thing can drink. So I was going to get a Hellcat. I thought, Hellcat's top of the notch right now, 707 horsepower. It's going to be, and they were really hard to find, but I found one, a couple actually. They were just like right on the edge outside of my price range. And I'm like, you know, do I really want to strap myself for this car? I'll try to do a little pull here so we can at least get the supercharger to do something today. See how that goes, huh? Back to the point of, did I really need a Hellcat? And I thought, you know, screw this Hellcat idea. I'm not doing that. I used to be a big Mopar guy when I was in high school, but I think I don't need a Hellcat. I backed way off that idea, and I actually started looking for a Pantera, because they're not going to come out with a new, better version of a Pantera. It's not ever coming out again. So the problem with the Pantera was two problems. One was they're hard to find a good one. When you find a good one, it was always a little outside of my price range. You can get a bad one in your price range, but then you've got a lot of work to do because they had overheating issues and other problems. And the other issue was size. I'm 6'2", 260 pounds, not a small person. So I was told by everybody, you're not going to ever fit in a Pantera. Now, I never found one that I was actually willing to look at, because like I said, they're either garbage or they were too good. But then I thought, you know, the Shelby GT500 is a monster car. 662 horsepower. Why would I ever need more than that? And if I ever did, this is the baseline. I could always add more power. What this thing needs is brakes, though. It doesn't need power. So I bought this, and it was the strangest experience. It wasn't like any other car I bought. And I'm not saying that in necessarily a good way. I felt like when I bought this car that it wasn't mine. And I still feel that way. I feel more like I'm a caretaker of this car rather than I'm the owner of this car. I guess to me it felt too nice for me. I mean, Shelby, ooh, Shelby. So, you gotta keep it nice, gotta keep the miles low. Last year I drove it to the States, 12-hour drive, and I was really like upset that I drove it. And I didn't really want a car like that. Who wants a car that they feel that they shouldn't drive? And of course, all the people on the forums were like, just drive the damn thing, just drive it, who cares, it's yours, just drive it. But I don't know, it just didn't sit right with me. It's a wonderful car. Is it my forever car? I don't know. I don't know if it's my forever car. I'm not a big fan of black, and it's black on black, it's triple black, black interior, black exterior. So, my previous Mustang was Grabber Orange, and the one before that was Screaming Yellow. Nice Supra. For me when I'm driving this and the RS is I'm not a big throttle flipper. I know it's important to do it, I just find it obnoxious. It sounds cool, but it's like an announcement. It's like everyone, hey, I'm downshifting. Hey everyone, downshifting. So what I normally do at a stoplight or something is I'll just coast up to it, put it in first. future we'll do a walk-around video of the car. Give you more details on the Shelby and the RS. I've got one more car, secret car, not in Canada. But it's a resto job, it needs work. But I'm going to stop and get gas. Hope you enjoyed this first episode of the Daily Drive, and join me for the future episodes.